One of the many things I love about open carrying is people coming up and approaching me and telling me their stories. And if you haven't seen or listened to any of the other videos that I've done, then you don't really know the conservative area I come from or anything like that. But I do come from a very conservative part of the Midwest, and I had a gentleman tell me his story. He's pretty well to do. He's a very giving guy, and he has some acreage off by himself in the countryside. And he said he open carries on his property, carries a 357 Magnum revolver, and he said he was minding his own business, and he said, you know how your sixth sense sort of kicks in and you realize that somebody's behind you, and he said he spins around. Now he lives very rural, and there are four men behind him of Latin descent, and we live in an area that's, it may be in the American Midwest, but it's also a very ethnically diverse area, and these four men were sneaking up on him. Now I don't care what your race or creed is, but if you're trying to hurt somebody, you might think again we're in the part of the country that I come from. And so this guy spins around, and of course he drops his hand onto the grip of his pistol. All four of them stop, and he says, you guys came past two different sets of no trespassing signs getting to my house. He said, you know darn well you shouldn't be here. And then one guy goes, senor, no habla inglés, and which I've seen people try to use a supposed language barrier. In some cases it's real, in some cases it's not, to try to get by with things. That's something that happens in a lot of places, and some people who understand, who are from the United States that speak other languages, will pretend not to as well. And so at that point the guy says that, and my friend, who actually speaks fluent Spanish, pulled his sidearm, pointed it straight up in the air, and he said, hable pistola. And he said at that point, the guy who had spoken said, sir, we're leaving right now, in very plain English. There's nothing racist about that. He just made sure they understood, you think you're going to hurt me, you think you're going to get one up on me, it's not going to happen. And good for him. I admire the fact that this gentleman who had told me this story, he didn't have to pull the trigger. They didn't make him, and he immediately left. And that's one of those things that people don't think enough about. You're in a danger environment like that, potentially, if you're by yourself or whatever. This gentleman was smart enough to be armed. He had his situational awareness in place, and he was prepared and willing to defend himself if necessary, but he wasn't a hothead. And I love that. I love that. So if you hadn't seen or watched any of the other videos that I've got, check them out. There's a link underneath here that you can check them out. Some of them are pretty funny, some of them are very serious. And then don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click like on it. And I tell you what, if you like the content, make sure to share your favorite videos. Appreciate you. Bye.